If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. What is up, people? How are you all doing? It's nice to see you back here. There's so much people in the world at the moment looking at each other, pointing fingers, saying something about another person, thinking something about another person, having an opinion. And when you're looking at somebody else, you cannot be looking at yourself. When you're saying, my opinion is right and yours is wrong, you're undermining another person's personality, another person's dignity, another person's being. And it's happening all over the place. People who are left are almost fighting against people who are right, and the other way around. Like there's no balance anymore. Like it's like people are forgetting that we are all human. That we are entitled to have an opinion. That we are able to have expectations. But that isn't the only way life is. Or that isn't the only way we should live. That there isn't other ways we can also try. Or at least listen to. This is one of the biggest struggles of our time, that people have forgotten who they are themselves because they're constantly busy with other people. And when you forget who you are, it's really easy for you to be manipulated, to be changed, to be used. And when you have no self-image, or your self-image is completely wrong or fucked up because of the things you have done in your past or have learned on how you should be and how you should perceive, and you are not fitting that image of yourself, whilst if I'm seeing you I think you're an amazing person, then there's something wrong going on. People have become so distracted by their phones, by the media, by whatever is going on around them, that they have actually forgotten who they are. So I want to urge people to start looking more at themselves. Please stop taking offense to everything. Please stop looking at other people and start looking at yourself. Look at what changes you can bring into the world. I have no trust anymore in politicians, like for a long time already. I'm not saying that you shouldn't trust them. That's your opinion, that's your choice. But I don't think they will change our world. I think we the people have to do it. As we are in this crisis, as we are in this demise of our society, times are really changing. And for us to actually start allowing this change, we have to make ourselves change. We have to take a deep look at ourselves. Look at ourselves. What do we want? What do we like? What is wrong with us? What can we change? How can we become better? How can we become more loving? How can we become more peaceful? And when we start doing these things, you will embark on a crazy journey. It's called maybe the spiritual journey, but it's also the journey of personal growth, of self-development, of starting to understand your own being, of your own self, how powerful we actually are, what we are capable of, instead of what we have been led to believe. And the more we find out about ourselves, the more we will find out things we don't like about ourselves. Because, at least for me, and I see a lot of people in this world, we have been disconnected from our inner being, from ourselves, from the person we would actually like to be and want to be. And we have confined to what society has told us to be, what we should do and what we shouldn't do. And time is up for that. And I think there's two choices at the moment, and it's to go on, which is your right, you can't do it, or it's to change, which is also your right that you can do it. But the choice is yours. It has always been yours. Do you want to live the same old way you have been living? Following the crowd, following other people's, having expectations, worries, anxiety, and other things? Or do you actually want to live your best life? Become the person you are destined to be? Because that's possible too. And I know change won't happen until there is a necessity for change. So I see there's a lot of people depressed in this world at the moment. If I have to believe the statistics, it's around 40% of the people who have become depressed over the last 2 to 3 years. That's crazy. But there is also hope in this. For me, my depression was my biggest wake-up call I went through. I started to realize that everything in my life was wrong, that I was living completely the wrong way, and that I had to make changes. How uncomfortable these changes were at times, and have been. Because looking at yourself, seeing somebody you do not recognize in the mirror is not fun. But know that you can do this. Know that you can change yourself. Know that the more you actually look at yourself, the more you will find of yourself. And the more you will find of yourself, the more you can change to become who you want to be. That's the beauty of it. So allow these struggles you're going through now. Or if you're not going through any struggles, great job for you. And I'm really happy for you, honestly. But if you're going through struggles at the moment, know that it's okay. Know that it is life actually showing you things you are needing to be changed. And I know there's a lot of resistance at first. You don't want to change, you think, why should I change? But know that the more you change, the more happy you become. Because the situation you've created for yourself is that you're unhappy. That there's a lot of people unhappy in this world. And that this situation won't change as our external reality is reflected by our internal reality. Did I say that right? Was it your internal reality is reflected by your external reality, I should say. Maybe it's both. Anyway, the way you feel has the biggest impact on everything you perceive around you. So if you're not feeling well at the moment, please know it's okay. And start making the changes you feel like doing. Don't listen to anybody else. You know best. We know best. Do not listen to these people who don't know shit about life. Who have been told things and are only following. Start being your own leader. That's how we change this world. When everybody can stand up and start becoming their own leader. And not to follow anybody else around anymore. So seek to find commonalities with other people who have maybe a different opinion of life than yours. Be open to what they're saying. They have maybe gone through life in a completely different way, but have perceived similar things. Or if not, the better, because you can learn more from people who have gone through a completely different life than you have. Because this has shaped them, this has created them, just like your past created and shaped you. When we can all start to do this, then we do not need to argue, we do not need to fight anymore. We can have a conversation about where we should go in this world, how we should rechange our economics, how we should rechange our politics, how we should rechange our land use and other things, how we are completely ruining our planet by our ecological mishappenings and failures. But that's okay, we're human and we're all failing. Just as the politicians, just as the leaders are failing from time to time. But we need to take matters in our own hand and start being the change we want to be. Change is inevitable, people. Change is inevitable. If we go on living like this, then there's no future for our human race anymore. And that's okay. That's okay. If that's what needs to happen, then that's what needs to happen. But know that we can do something about this, that we can change. Start looking at yourself. Allow yourself to change. Allow yourself to go through negative experiences. Because the more we perceive these negative experiences and we are tackling them with our mind, with our whole being, we can actually transmute these things from darkness to light, from heaviness to power. And this is what I've been doing, this is what a lot of other people have been doing, and that's why the world is also changing. That's why my world is changing, and yours can do too. So anyway, love, give a little bit of love today to yourself, or a whole lot of love, like Led Zeppelin, a whole lot of love. So anyway, I hope you have had something about this video. I hope it helps you in some way or another. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing, and have a beautiful day. And I'll see you all later with the next video. Peace.